Okay, so let's go over some let's go over some of the stuff that I like to use when I'm some sites I like to use. So the first one would be Fidelity. And I just want to show you some of the tools that you can use with Fidelity that a lot of people probably don't pay attention to. Um One first I go to like alerts. Um Here you can kind of go here and click on stuff that you want to like get alerted about. As far as like with research. Also, you can get notifications here for like IPOs if you really want to track that type of thing. But here, you can set up securities for your watch list, um, price triggers. But here, these are two very important things that I hope you're subscribed to if you got Fidelity. So here we go to like commentary reports, and here I like to just go here. You can like click on all of these and um, subscribe to them. Actually, that's to delete them. But if you want to subscribe to them, you click update. I get them weekly, or if you want to get the monthly and the weekly subscription, make sure you stay tuned to all of that. So commentary reports, make sure it's the alerts section. So you go to home, research, alerts, and just make sure you subscribe to these. Because they're very helpful. Like there's a lot of information as far as like about the economics, financial markets, and everything. Same thing if you go here with the stock news and research, um, you'll get like information regarding your stock list and everything. So make sure you keep in track. You want to make sure you're getting frequently updated on that, or at least daily or monthly or something. So you go to here and click everything you want to get as far as this information. Okay, got to update. I just had some new accounts added. So, but yeah, so make sure you like check this. So make sure you just are staying in tune. So you want to make sure you're in tune with all the notifications. Another thing you want to look at as well. So here you go to like market sectors and performance, and you get like the daily overview of what happened during the day. Um, all this is good information. You should, if you want to read the daily equity recap, this is very good information as far as like from you get like a few more, but these just basically tell you like what they are seeing for the daily equity. So this one's came from the High Tower report. I kind of like I'm gravitated to like Zags, Argus, um, Ford for the most part. As far as when it comes to endless reports, when it comes to like daily market, you wanna look at Zags and High Tower and Argus though as well. In this case, so you just open one and you kind of like just go through and read what their commentary is on as far as like what's going on in the market daily, and like sometimes they have a stock here. So I think today they had like Kroger. They did a whole breakdown of Kroger. So this is where you could like just find out what these analysts are thinking of and like how they're viewing the stock and what they view as a competition. Like this is a long, in-depth breakdown of Kroger, like basically talking about their their finances, how much money they've been making, how much they've been increasing their competitors. Like there is some strong competition when you got Amazon and the Walmart, and then you got as far as when it comes to organic products, you got Whole Foods, and then they still getting a little market share from Whole Foods, but they don't really market to Whole Foods. So I mean, these are just things, and this is just things I just read in this report, and they just will give you dope information sometimes. And the thing is like when you learn about one company, you just learn about other companies on the way. That it's impossible for you not to. Even with Kroger's Pharmacy, they was talking about CVS and Walgreens. So, but then that just makes me realize CVS and Walgreens is killing in the pharmacy area too, right? So, but then you realize also a few months ago, Amazon dropped that Good RX, um, will drop that pharmacy information that dropped Good RX. So Sorry about that. So, you just get information. They give you their outlook as far as what they see the market for the next couple of months. I think this is supposed to be like for the March and June outlook. I believe. Um, yeah, but they see upgraded financial services, healthcare, industrial, technology, utilities, maintained or downgraded these sectors. And this is just, like I said, these will help you really um, see how the analysts are seeing it. Not saying they always right, but just saying seeing how they seeing it gives you a better perspective on things. And Zach's in the outlook. This is on the waste management and clean harbors. I think waste management is at a hold and clean harbors is a buy. We're seeing as far as like a lot of improvements with the infrastructure and our whole environmental push. They're seeing this like a lot of great things will come out of this company, Clean Homes, so and waste management. So just stay in tune with these research reports from these analysts will keep you really informed about a lot of things that's going on. Um, and this is just the list, and you could break it down too if you want to like break it down by a sector. You do that. Pull up real estate. You just read everything from Zach's, or if you want to pull up another sector like healthcare, read it from another report, Zach's, and then you got one from CFRA on the pharmaceuticals. So these are just things that could really help you with your research as far as getting the whole big picture of the industry in general. Um, and you actually not even have to look at, you can look at other stuff too. You can look at like what's the metals, what's metals looking like, um, what's going on with the metals. And that will just help you also just make you even deadlier, in my opinion, because you'll start understanding how the metals is affecting the rest of the market. Since like the copper technically has been on a crazy buying run. And copper is very critical for us in general. So you get to be able to relate things to other things in the market. That way, your overall picture of everything is just expanding. Um, Sorry, I don't even know if y'all can hear her in the background. So, yep, you'll read stuff here about the metals. You can read about the securities, um, forex market, energy, agriculture. That's gonna be big. Agriculture is getting real out here with the agriculture. And then it don't even have to be just America. You could look at what's going on in other parts of the world. So I mean, this research. I mean, you could really go in depth and like just learn a lot. Like I think people are really sleeping on and just looking at stocks, but in general, I have a FOMO of just knowledge. Like I could, I don't have a FOMO with trading. I don't have a FOMO with nothing but knowledge. Like I just want to know everything there's to know everything. So I just unless he would just read a lot of these reports and just break it down. And then when I'm checking the reports, I'm like either writing it down if I think how critical it is, or take the notes and put it like in a worksheet on like my on a spreadsheet that I have. So I'll take notes like on a spreadsheet. Just take notes and just keep them down. Oops. My bad. But you just take notes and everything in here will just, make sure you have it there for you. Taking notes, jot them down. Like you're not gonna remember everything, so sometimes just jotting it down and then you'll come back to it and be like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. So it's really good and useful. But then it's like The more you start seeing it, the more it starts just being, it just becomes second habit knowledge for you. Um, and then one thing is like what's interesting too is like knowing about like different countries kind of can make some plays from there too. Just FYI, if you are looking at the emerging markets in general. Uh, so don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on this report. Don't sleep on the markets. Don't no. You know what? I think there's some other stuff I could show you actually on here. Now I think about it. So here you can start a screen to find investments, right? And depending on how you want to look at it, set it up. Set up the way you. What would you be looking for? So like, let's say you want to look for growth. Um, let's say you want to look for real surprises. Such criteria is here. So these are companies that they consider like mid cap growth, top 20% mid cap growth stocks. See here you can see the earnings per share growth projected from quarter to projected quarter versus prior year quarter. Um, earnings per share growth projected year versus last year. P ratio this year estimate. And you could just kind of just see what's been going on with these stocks a little bit, and you can kind of break it down a little bit more. Looking at the performance, what's their performance within a year as far as the stock performance. What about the valuation? Analyst opinions. So don't forget we're kind of getting people stocks are getting graded on this environmental social governance score. ESG has been very important. So a lot of investors are thinking about that now, moving forward a lot of ways. Um, but you can set up your own. You can set up your own. What do you want to look for? Maybe you want to look at what Zach say. Maybe you want to see what the Argus say. Maybe you want to see a overlap of the buys, right? So you can see what companies that Zacks and both Argus are both saying is top performance. And you want to like break it down even furthermore. Maybe you want to look at who has a lower beta, who's not that kind of volatile. Maybe you want to look at let's look at like who got a lot of cash flow. They got some money. They got some money too. Oh, they got some money for real. Oh, well, they got. Oh yeah, yeah. They be doing it. Oh, okay. 4 billion. Okay, no, oh, we already know about it. Don't. Um. Hmm. Skyworks. Toll Brothers. And then you just kind of. Ooh. Oh, it's corny. Okay, okay. So enough about that. Ooh, Dare company. Okay, Dare. I see you there. What dare we talking about? Y'all can do that. Well, let's see what they're talking about. Mm, 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 mm. Dare went from 174 to 250. Ooh, okay. All right. Okay. You see them killing it, killing it, killing it. Huh? That must explain why somebody's been buying a whole bunch of Dare. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Oh wow. So you read the research in this report. Hold up. Okay, usually this is red. I wonder why they didn't put it in red. Is that because they don't think these are really big risks? Y'all have to read it. But yeah, so the reports right be right there. Um, so like, let's say you want to play options. Now, like a lot of people might be sleeping on. Let's say you want to look at the. Let's say you say a strike price of like 350. Ah, it's too new. Um, too new, too new. Okay, let's try another one. Oh, actually, we could try one. We could try this one. Go on the app on Jabrin. So, yeah. Okay. Um, so let's look at something. Let's compare. Where is it at? Oh, you know what? I'm tripping. Um, so here's where you can look at the IV index and you can look at the implied volatility with the historical. So by looking at this, you kind of see what kind of range you're in here. So like looking at here, we could tell that the call is higher than what it was a week ago and what a month ago. So now we're playing a little bit more for our premium. However, we are still in not of a we're still in a pretty okay range in my opinion at this point. Granted, I would probably still want to get it a little lower, but this is fine. Um, Historical volatility been around 30s to the 40s, so that's not bad. The 52-week low 12, that was 2019 though. So yeah, puts it that way a little bit more, but we're not extremely more, which is okay. But this is gives you like an idea of where your IV index is in comparison to like what the IV was a week ago, what it was a month ago. And so that's what this is kind of like really dope to use as far as to make your references to like know where you are in the option chain when you're looking at that call. Are you at a higher IV or are you at the lower range of the IV? And that's because you typically don't want to be in a high range. You want to be in a lower range when you buy in it, right? Because when you sell it, you're gonna sell it in the high range areas. You're gonna sell when IV is like now up. So it looks like the low range is typically around 20 to 40 something, right? Looks like this has been the max range. So that this is like not bad. To buy it around 40, you're still getting a good decent, you're still in a good decent area. Um, so it's not bad. This also shows the options volume contract. So people have been buying a lot of options around this time. It's been wow. That's a lot of contracts being purchased. I think I have an idea who these people are. Started in July. I think I know who these people are. Um, but yeah, so this is in mind. You just look about it 3 months. You can look at it from 6 months. You can look at it for the year. You can look at what the cost, what the IV been for the cost, what it has been for the puts, what's been the IV mean. As we see when IV kind of spikes up, then the realized volatility kind of increases too. So yeah, but it's good to know. So this is good information to know when you are looking at a stock and you want to just compare where its IV been at in comparison. Because if like let's say the IV a week ago was like let's say it was 25 and and now you're looking at this 43, then you are buying at a very much higher IV um percentage than it was a week ago. Um Much higher. If it was 25 and you're now 43, the volatility has been increasing. Maybe you should probably wait for it to decrease before you get into the trade. Because if this was 25 and this is 43, that's a really big percent change. So I really wouldn't want to get in there at that point. But it's up to you. Like this is just all your reference. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a fiduciary. So this is all contingent on you. I'm just sharing information for entertainment purposes. Uh, but yeah, so looking at the IV in comparison, you would kind of tell where your IV is placed at. Another good, another dope feature. I think that is really cool on here. You can look at the statistics. So like, what Fidelity does is Fidelity tells you like what's been historical. This is just the numbers straight up. Um, where's the IV been at? What's the HV for the low range to the high range, the 52-week range. And it's dope because it's just kind of like gives you the numbers better, like just straight up forward. So this is the historical volatility, the underlying security of the last 30 days. And of course, it will be the 10, 20, 60. So then this is the IV now. I mean, this is what the IV is representing for it now. And then this is just, you can kind of compare it to the historical. So it's really dope to have these statistics right here. And what's really also dope is here is like Fidelity kind of like gives you like a breakdown a little bit, like what's been some of the biggest trades. Um, Only up to 20 trades, unfortunately, but I'm gonna tell you for this for art that there's been a large number of March 10th, 1921 calls for the 150 strike price, the 140 strike price. You see some got some puts for the 110. Just saying that these are the biggest trades that they've seen on Fidelity. Um, and this kind of tells you what's like all executed into market sweep. If there was a single leg, or if this was multi leg, so this was like a spread. So this was a spread of, yep, so, yep, this is a spread. Tells you what the market and what the IV was when they purchased it. So it's really in the price that their underlying stock was at when they bought it. So this is really dope feature to really look at. Um, Tells you how many was bought on the ask, percentage of that side of the money, how many was sold on the bid. So it's really nice those statistics to look at when you're looking at your option trade. Um, so I just wanted to put up like the actual security with the option, so you can see how the option price has been changing with the price of the stock. So it's really dope just to see. So then this will also get this is a kind of good a good visualization, right? To say okay, like the options and the price is pretty close synergy. Um, so you can kind of gauge when you want to enter it in on the price. So same thing too. And don't forget, like you could do Bollinger Bands on the option, um, which is dope, you know. Or you can look at the moving averages. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you get some commentary right here too. So it's really dope. So don't sleep on the market commentary part. Um, so another thing is too is like this market overview too. So it kind of gives you some other stuff that they've been scanning for. Um, IV index monitor. So you can look here, see what's IV's been changing, what's some which is some high ones, some low ones. Um, I mean, what was the high and the low for the year, and then what where they're placed at. Another thing is you can also look at the what's been getting some high option volume, what's been getting exploding IVs, of course Kodak. What's been imploding, so what's been getting crushed, Nanox been getting crushed, GameStop at a crush, QuantumScape Corporation, interesting company, Cannabis, Workhorse, of course. So like this is dope stuff you could like look at when you're looking at your options. Another thing, to get some trading ideas. So I believe shout out to Zay, he put it up about the E Trade, but there's a strategy idea that we could use too with Fidelity. So if you just want to basically say I got a bullish outlook or neutral or bearish, but let's say bearish. Let's say um, you want to have a limited profit potential and a limited risk. So then it will tell you what strategies are looked at right now. And then you could type in like a stock, like let's say the oh, did I pick it bearish? Oh, um, so it'll tell you here, and you could go straight to action and trade the strategy or analyze it with the stuff we talked about earlier. If you need any more help, you can go to Strategy Evaluator 2, or go to Research in the Stock. But yep, so right here it will tell you what the strategy will be. Um, this would be a debit, um, the payout ratio. So it's pretty nice little strategy tool to use with Fidelity. You also get Report Finder. So it'll tell you like what's some of the options that are going on. Again, if you also do it by buy hold, intraday trade ideas as well, and expert options analysis. So you will look here too. Yep. So these are some of the things you could do with Fidelity. Like I said, don't sleep on it. There's some really nice tools you can use. A lot of research, a lot of strategies, tools, resources. So don't sleep on the news and research. Read those analyst reports, especially in the markets and the sectors. Also, if you want to like look at some options, you come to the options page, check out some of the tools they have, the option chain, get some key statistics about the option that you're specifically looking at. You can look at the IV index of that option and compare the IV to the historical IV, the historical volatility. You can look at you can put on a chart and then compare it with the actual stock. These are the probability calculator. I showed these before. You can see what the commentary about the market has been. Then you can get a market overview of the options, then trading ideas. So it's really dope stuff to look at. Really dope stuff to look at. And just get a really good understanding of options and strategies with that Fidelity uses. So yeah, don't sleep on Fidelity. Definitely use these tools to your advantage. Learn from them. Not saying don't go out here and trade these, but just learn from them. Like do a demo trade. You could scan for this as well. So you can create your own custom scan too and create a new one. If you want, create a scan name. Let's just say um, actually I might have to show this in a different one because I haven't used this in a long time. But yeah, I'll have to show this in a different video. Play with it again. But yeah, these are some of the things you can do. Um, Anybody got any questions? Just hit me up. Let me know. Um, Use Fidelity for about several years now. For options, only like recently, probably like several months ago since I figured I could trade. To my Roth account. Um, but definitely a lot of nice tools you can use on Fidelity. All right. Uh, I think this video is long enough because there's actually a few more applications y'all could definitely use, but I'll have to show them in another video.